If you love tech, you almost certainly know Linus Tech Tips. They're a powerhouse in the tech space. With over 16 million subscribers, Linus has been clear from the start that I want to be a real company. This means they make high quality products that you buy because they're actually good, not just because you want to throw money at a YouTuber. Either way though, you're going to be making it rain because these products ain't cheap. Especially the backpacks, which is what we're going to be talking about today. It's no secret that I own a lot of LTTstore.com clothing. That's because I had to replace my whole wardrobe when I went up a size, and I like their mission. Reasonably priced, ethically sourced, high quality clothing that doesn't adhere to fast fashion principles. I can get behind that. In fact, I'm working on a video right now where I review every single piece of LTT store clothing that I own, but it's taking forever to cut together, so get subscribed and you can catch that when it comes out. Today, I'm going to be answering another question. Are these high quality backpacks worth it, even though they're priced well beyond what any normal person would reasonably spend on a backpack? I never thought I'd be able to justify purchasing even one of these. But as it turns out, I bought both because apparently I'm a Linus simp and just can't admit it. Actually, the reason I bought both is because I bought one and as it turns out, it just didn't quite cut it for me. But first, let's start with my daily driver backpack that I had been using for 4 years that had nothing wrong with it and didn't need to be replaced. It's a Targus brand bag and I have absolutely no idea what it cost because it was gifted to me after my backpack was stolen along with my bike. Hashtag just Winnipeg things. I was perfectly happy with this backpack. It did everything I needed it to. The laptop pouch fits my giant 17-inch gaming laptop with ease. It has a sunglasses pouch, which is really cool and very handy. And it fits perfectly in the milk crate on the back of my bike, so I don't have to wear it on my back when I'm cycling to work all summer. It has a fairly soft shell, and it doesn't really have any hidden compartments. But it has more than enough space for everything I need to carry with me, and if it's raining, it has a built-in poncho that keeps it from getting too wet or dirty, but if I'm being honest, it didn't do the greatest job at keeping all the muck out, so I had to wash it a few times before I just started putting the whole bag inside a garbage bag if I was worried about getting caught in the rain. Honestly, it's fine. It's fine. Actually, as I keep saying, it's fine. I didn't even really need a new bag, so why did I buy one, let alone two? Well, there was a sale on the commuter bag, and I was eager to try something that looks a little more professional because I'm a professional. And a big part of being professional is looking professional. Professional. At $170 US, this thing is definitely priced like a professional product. But I got it for $40 off on a sale, so I was ready to go all in on this bag. It fits easily in my milk crate with a little bit of extra space to spare for other things I may need to carry. The straps are really comfortable. The ergonomic chest clip fits easily over my super swole chest. It's always nice to see hashtag swole acceptance in product design. And even though it doesn't fit my giant gaming laptop, that's fine because I barely take this thing out of the house. It's just too heavy. I've actually started carrying around my ROG Ally instead. In fact, I've got a whole video coming out soon where I talk about my experience video editing on the Ally for the past year. Get subscribed to catch that one. Unfortunately, I ran into this bag's biggest design flaw almost immediately. The laptop pouch doesn't quite fit your standard government issue 15-inch Lenovo T15 laptop. If they made this thing just a centimeter or about ½ an inch larger, then it would fit anything under 16 inches with ease, just like your mom. And I don't think I would have had any desire to replace this bag, but it doesn't. I can fit my work laptop into the main area of the bag, but that means I'm using up most of the actual cargo space for the laptop, and this thing was basically full to bursting every time I was coming home from work because I'm a sweaty boy who sweats through multiple shirts a day in my 27-degree torture chamber that the government pretends is an office suitable for human occupancy. All it took was my laptop, a couple sweaty shirts, a notebook, and my ROG Ally, and this thing was absolutely stuffed. If I could have used the laptop compartment for my laptop, this actually probably would have worked for me. But the government doesn't buy us 13-inch MacBooks, so there's nothing I can do. After just a couple months of use, I retired the commuter bag from daily use, and now I basically just use it to carry controllers and other things to my friend's house when we're doing a couch co-op night. Actually, fun fact, our group chat is called Casting Couch Co-op. If you know, you know. And then we've got the actual LTT backpack. At 250 US dollars or 350 Canadian rubles, it's way more money than I would ever spend on a backpack. Or so I thought. They had a deal not too long ago where it came with a mechanical keyboard for free, and I had recently gotten a little too much ramen juice on my keyboard. No, that's not a metaphor. So I was looking to upgrade the keyboard anyway, but the icing on the cake was it was the new WAN backpack with this super cool orange hex design. I'm a sucker for flashy things. I can't help it. I'm a peacock at heart. So I pulled the trigger and it's good. It's really good. Seriously, it's really good. It just barely fits in the milk crate on my bike. Actually, it fits as long as I don't have a phone or mouse in the side pocket. It's a harder shell, which is nice because it protects my stuff. It's much more water resistant than my Targus bag, so I don't have to worry about pulling out that giant yellow rain condom and then drying the thing out before I stuff it back into the pouch. It's actually really good for commuting. I can fit both my 17-inch gaming laptop and my 15-inch work laptop in the laptop compartment with room to spare. It's got hidden compartments where you can keep something that's quite valuable, or for example, an AirTag, or in my case, a tile, because I really don't like it when Apple Sherlocks everything cool that comes out. And I like the way you can organize all your stuff in it. I've got pens, different cables, I've even got an Xbox controller that doubles as my battery bank, and I still have plenty of space for more stuff like a bunch of sweaty shirts. Even though I did just gush about the laptop compartment, I will say it is a little ambitious. In my opinion, it has too many laptop sleeves, so I have to like guide it in with both hands. I can't just slide it in. Otherwise, it only goes kind of in and then thumps into place a little bit later when I'm wearing it. And I honestly can't see a scenario in which I am carrying 3 or more laptops in the laptop compartment, so it is kind of overkill, but that is a very minor gripe. In fact, I would say overkill sums up this bag quite nicely. I don't love that the water bottle compartment really is meant for the 28-ounce water bottle for this interior water bottle pouch, whereas I like to carry one of the 40-ounce water bottles, but you end up losing a lot of your interior cargo space, which I am not really a big fan of, which ironically fits perfectly in the external water bottle pouches on the commuter bag. But it's fine. It doesn't bug me all that much. Actually, since I'm potentially starting a new job where I might be traveling on airplanes quite a lot, it would be nice to not have to worry about losing my water bottle under the seat. Something Linus mentioned specifically is part of the design philosophy of this bag. I also understand it's pretty much as big a bag as you can get if you still want it to fit under the seat of an airplane. So that's cool. I've had a number of people comment on how big it is, which as a man feels good. It's nice to have at least something that people think is impressively large. When I tell them that this is designed to be the biggest bag you can get and still fit underneath an airplane seat, their tune completely changes. It also has this fun little diaper looking thing that allows you to put it over the handle of your luggage for easier carrying while traveling. This would be absolutely sick to travel with. Between this and a carry-on, I'd be hard-pressed to need to check luggage for any trip where I'm going to be there for less than a week. As soon as I transferred my stuff into this bag, it became my daily driver. There is no question that is better than these other 2 bags. But there is still one lingering question. Is it really worth 250 eddies? Well, that's the thing, Choom. It isn't. If you have 250 bones to spend on a backpack, I would definitely recommend this. But if money is tight, then it's a no from me, dog. Not because I don't think the value is there, it is, but I also don't think anyone needs to spend 250 beans on a bag. This is a luxury item, a purchase you make because you have the extra money, you want something nice, and you can afford it. The LTT backpack is a Porsche Taycan, while this is a used Honda Civic. The LTT backpack is a 5090, while this is an ARC B580. To be clear, this is the luxury choice where you're not worried about the performance to price ratio, while this is great value for your money. And since I have both, obviously I'm using the better one. But if I were to go back and make better choices with my money, I wouldn't have bought the full-size LTT backpack. And actually, I wouldn't have even bought the commuter bag unless I had a small enough laptop to actually use it every day. In fact, if my laptop had fit in the commuter backpack, I wouldn't have even considered the full-size one. So in that sense, the commuter bag's fatal design flaw is the reason why LTT got 2 backpack purchases out of me. I don't love that, but since I'm making content about these things, I can write them off and maybe even get some AdSense revenue to offset these terrible financial choices I've made. So what did I learn from all this? Well, if you don't have a YouTube channel to write off your excessive purchases, then you should probably just stick with the backpack you have. If you have a tiny laptop or no laptop and want a high quality professional looking bag, then the commuter backpack is decent value for the money, especially if you can catch it on sale. And if you have money to burn, and you want a really well thought out backpack designed by a tech YouTuber you insist you're not a simp for, then it's hard to go wrong with the full-size LTT backpack, or for no extra money, the super cool looking WAN backpack for a little added flair. So you might be wondering about the warranty, and I have to make sure that I address this. I wasn't going to touch on it because this has been beaten to death. There was a little bit of a controversy of these bags releasing before the warranty was actually defined, and Linus basically just said, trust me bro, if anything goes wrong, I'll make it right. But at the end of the day, a warranty is something that is only as good as the company's willingness to honor it. I've bought thousands of dollars of products from LTTstore over the last 5 years, so I personally trust them. Any issues that I have had, and there haven't been a lot of issues, they have resolved, even if it was a bit slow getting through to customer service. I do recognize they are a small company and they are punching well above their weight. And if you want to keep hanging out with me, why don't you check out this video next? I'll see you there.